This is M.
And this is Ken.
And this is just your typical
Boy meets girl.
boy and girl become BFFs.
Straight up BFFs. For life.
Girl asked boy to make some top 5 lists.
Boy decides to film it.
And an internet sensation was born.
Dozens will be entertained.
This is our podcast.
Top 5 Battle Royale
with cheese.
with cheese.
And welcome to another episode of M and Ken's Top 5
Battle Royale with cheese.
with cheese. I am Ken.
And I'm M.
And we are some straight up BFFs, and we like to make top 5 lists, and this is episode 3 of season 2. Very exciting. This
Super
is really
exciting.
And we didn't touch on it in any of the previous 2 episodes, and I'm sad that we didn't, but we have upgraded our
Some new
studio
digs.
from last time. There's a fish tank that we are now using. We have lighting, and you can hear us.
Woo-hoo!
It's like we know what we're doing at this point in time. And it only took us like 3.5 years to work out.
Oh, good. Worked it out.
We worked it out. So, today our topic, my name on here on Twitter, on YouTube, here on YouTube, here on Twitter, on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. My handle is TV Chips.
You got it.
And this is the TV Chips channel. We haven't done a TV episode.
Right? I can't believe we got all the way through the first season and didn't do. And we did like favorite TV actors.
We did like 12 episodes.
But we didn't do
season
actual
1 or
shows.
something like that, and we didn't do any TV shows.
I know.
And that is,
It's kind of depressing when you think about it.
it's perfectly unacceptable.
Yeah,
is what it is.
absolutely.
And I apologize for that because I've had picks and I didn't pick them. So we kind of talked. I said TV shows last week, and we kind of were like, what's the criteria going to be? We decided on just current TV shows because if you just say TV show, there's just you're opening a Pandora's box of like genres and decades and things like that. You know, there's so many things that we grew up on that maybe wouldn't make the list, or there's stuff that's out now that probably would not make the
End up
list.
being like a top 500 instead of 5.
Although I feel like my number 1 show, I feel like it would make a top 10 list all time. I am so in love with this show.
You're gonna love my number 1.
I feel like I might. I feel like this is one I don't know, but I feel like our
tastes are different enough.
We're gonna have at least one show.
You're calling it now?
I feel like I'm calling one show. I feel like it's gonna be fairly high up.
Okay.
I'm gonna say right now, top 3. At least one of our top 3 will be the same. I'm calling it right now.
All right, man.
Okay. I
don't have as much faith as you do, but okay.
Well, I like a show on the CW, so I feel like I've got good odds because I feel like that's all you watch is the CW.
It's harsh. You call me.
I feel like we're gonna get
CW love.
We're gonna get we're getting at least one CW show on your list. I know we're getting at least one.
Yeah, but is it gonna be the same one as you?
It's not.
I know what you watch on CW.
But see, it's not. But that's not the show I was thinking of. I was thinking of a different show.
All right.
But
Fair enough.
But yes. Yes.
Because I know what your CW show is, and you know what mine is. So
yeah, they air on the same night.
They do. They absolutely do.
But that's not my number 1.
Okay.
So, but that's okay. So last time,
I think I get to call it.
I called it, and it was Harvey Dent. And so this time it is your turn to call in the air. And
I'm gonna call Two-Face.
Two-Face!
Yes, it is!
That is awesome.
Honorable.
Two-Face.
No, because it was 2 Harvey Dents, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Two-Face, this is Two-Face broke the streak.
Broke the mold.
So Two-Face is officially on the board for season 2. I feel like at times we got more hype watching some of the videos from season 1. I feel like we got more excited about the Two-Face
anything else?
Harvey Dent streak, because Harvey Dent went on like a 4-0 streak to start
He was
season
unbeatable
1.
for a while there.
And then Two-Face came back, and we're like, okay. And then Two-Face went on a 4. It was like 4-4.
It was.
2 4-game streaks. So
Pretty impressive.
Emily won the coin toss, which means
That means you're
I
first.
have to go first. And okay, I want to start off by saying my number 5. Somebody who calls himself TV Chip, somebody who is a lover and a studier of television. My number 5 really deserves no place on this list, but I love it so much. It is my guiltiest of guilty pleasures. I cannot turn it off when it's on. It's
It's not a reality show, is it?
It's a reality show.
No.
It is. It's. And
the writer in me is dying right now.
I'm so I am anti-reality
I know you are.
show.
That's why it's surprising me.
But I started watching this one, and I like the cooking shows. Like, I gravitate towards the cooking shows.
Okay, then I can get on
so
board
like
with.
I'm all about the cooking shows, which are reality-ish, but
Sure.
But this show, it's not a cooking show, but it's like they air it a lot on television, and when it's on, I cannot. I'm a sucker for an accent. And I'm a sucker for somebody who's funny, and this has somebody who is both.
Okay.
It's a USA original. It's Chrisley Knows Best.
Oh no.
It's about Todd Chrisley and his family living their lives in Georgia. Like I said, it deserves no place on any top 5 television show.
Can I tell you, I've never even seen an episode of that show.
Oh my God, you are He is so funny. He is so quick-witted and funny, and that's, I think, what I like about it the most.
Okay.
And it's just some say, gotta risk it to get the biscuit. You know,
that's
the thing he said. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He just, oh my God, he just, he makes fun of his son. His middle son, I can't think of his name right now, but his middle son is completely, he's a teenage boy, even though he's like, he's in his 20s or something like that, but he's like a total teenage boy, total, Chase, I think is his name, something like that. But yeah, it's funny, it's enjoyable, I don't have to think about it. Like I said, I'm not a reality show person by any means, but I love Chrisley Knows Best. I can't get enough of it. All right.
All right. My number 5 actually is a show that everybody has told me I needed to watch since like its inception, like its first episode. How can you not watch the show? It's totally perfect for you. I don't understand why you don't watch it. And because it's a sitcom, and I'm not like a sitcom kind of girl.
I am a sitcom kind of girl.
Of course you are. So I held off for a really long time, and I saw it on a rerun once because yes, it's in syndication, but it's still being produced, so it's legal for this list. And so I saw it once, and I was like, how could I not watch it? So I don't understand how I haven't seen it up until this point. So my number 5 is Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
love Big Bang Theory, and I can't. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I'm a nerd. Like, it's a show about nerds. How could I not be watching it? So it was a surprise to me that I didn't watch it. It is a sitcom, so it's a little lower on my list, but it is a must-watch for me. It's hilarious, and I just identify with it. I mean, how could you not?
I'm not a fan.
It's all good.
I'm not a fan.
I don't get your reality TV over there. So.
and I'll tell you this, my roommates love Big Bang Theory, so it's on all the time at home.
Sure.
I don't hate the show.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch it, and sometimes it's funny. I love Mayim Bialik.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's great. I love that she's on the show. She's hilarious, and I like that
Rock, paper, scissors,
Johnny
spot.
Galecki.
No.
Nah, Johnny Galecki's on the show,
Awesome.
and I loved him in Roseanne.
Mm-hmm.
And then so there's things about the show that I like. The guy who plays Howard is a very funny actor, and I like pieces of the show, but I'm just not. I just don't vibe with it. I don't know, and it's. I like some of the jokes that they make. I like some of the stuff because they do talk about comic books and movies and stuff.
Pop culture
But
for the win.
I can't really get into it.
It's all right.
So it did not make my list.
That's okay.
But-
You're.
All right, you know what? I mean, yeah, okay. So Chrisley Knows, it's not great. Like I said, Chrisley Knows Best isn't great television. That's why I put it at 5. But I had to if I'm looking at the shows that I watch, I had to put that.
Okay,
on this.
fair. All right, hit up number 4. Let's go.
Number 4. This was a tough one. 1 through 4 was very, very tough for me.
Okay.
But again, like I said with Chrisley, I have to watch it, and I just it's a streaming show, and I binge it.
Okay.
Oh, do I binge it. And I've made the mistake of, in previous seasons, going back and watching the previous season, binging that, and then watching the next season when they release it. We've got about 6 months till we get more episodes, and I can't wait that long. Netflix, you crush my soul, making me wait for new episodes of Orange is the New Black.
Ah. That's a good show.
Season 2 was a little bit of a letdown at times. Season 3 worked towards season 4, and season 4, there was a death in season 4. You don't watch the show, do you?
I don't, but I hear it's amazing.
There was a death in season 4 that I legitimately was shaken to my core.
Really?
Like, I was like... And people who watch the show know what I'm talking about, because you're watching it, and it's happening, and they kind of tackle a real-life subject a lot of times, and,
sure.
you know, and it just... Like, I'm getting, like, goosebumps and, like, a little choked up talking about this death. That's how good these characters are. That's the thing about the show. The show's not as greatly written per se, and it's you know, the stories sometimes lack, but the characters are so good. I mean, they're just so good, and it just and you get to see a little booby. And I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy a little of that. But that's not the reason I like it, but I just, it's
Shouldn't
so
I put
good.
it at number 1?
What's that?
Shouldn't I put it at number 1?
It was hard to not put it, like I said, 1 through 4 were so difficult to choose. I literally was just like, and I just threw it up against the wall and was like, do it like that.
Got it.
So, Orange is the New Black, great. You should check it out. At least watch a couple episodes of season 1. I think you'd be hooked, but then you're probably going to want to binge it.
TV.
It's a binge.
And there's just so much to watch, I have to pick and choose, you know.
It's a binger. That's my thing too, is like I have pulled back on a lot of shows.
Sure.
Because I kind of just, I go hard on certain shows. There's 3 Netflix shows that I go hard on. and this is what?
Alright, my number 4 is an episodic drama. You know that's what I get sucked into. Anything that has a backstory, character depth.
Maybe a vampire or 2.
I didn't put any vampires on my list.
No vampires on your list. Oh my god.
This show I love because although it is set in a specific universe, the specific universe isn't really the story. It's more of like it's a story about society and the interaction of people and what you would do in situations. It's The Walking Dead.
Okay.
I love The Walking Dead. This season so far, I don't know, the new showrunner hasn't been my favorite. I think the show works best when everybody's together, and this season everybody's been split up so far, so now they're kind of all back together. I'm hoping that, you know, when it comes back in February, that, you know, now that we're all together, it's gonna be better. We'll see. But I just can't get enough of it. What's gonna happen? You know, are in the apocalypse, are there still inherently good people? Does everybody turn bad? How do you know, you're fighting for your survival. What, from your perspective, who you think are good? Are they really good or are they bad? I mean, I don't know. There's just, you can just go round and round about it. And it's, I mean, although it is set in a zombie apocalypse, it's not a zombie show. It's really a show about humans and society and what happens when you're alone and how do you survive. I don't know. I like it. I dig it. It's got good characters. It's well acted. For the most part, it's well written. I mean, it has its ups and downs, I think, depending upon, you know, like I said, if they're all together or not. But, you know, I love it. I watch it every time it comes on. Every time there's a mid-season finale, a season finale, I'm there. Sucks me in every time.
That's fair. I'm not a zombie person or a horror person,
sure.
So I'm not going to gravitate towards that show. And I found myself, I worked in television for 3 years. I watched a lot of news.
Sure.
So I honestly, I got to a point where it's like, I can't watch sad stuff anymore.
Sure.
I really
can't.
I get it. So I have, over the past few years, I have just completely, and I used to watch SVU, I used to watch CSI, I used to watch those procedurals and things like that. And I have strayed from those so greatly. I don't even watch like SVU reruns anymore.
Yeah.
And I could watch those all day. So I lean more towards the lighthearted fare. But a show like Walking Dead, I like because it's based off of a comic book.
Yeah.
So you're bringing that world in, and I look at it, and from a filmmaker's perspective, from a television perspective, I am in amazement at how they put that show together, because they don't use that many digital effects. It's,
right.
For the most part, it's almost, I would say it's probably maybe like 70 to 80% practical effects. That's insane.
That's pretty cool.
That's insane. The amount of people that they put zombie makeup on, that show's got to cost a fortune for them to make.
Oh, sure.
So while I don't watch it, and I do think at times that the storylines are a little, I do follow along with what's going on because so many people do like the show. And like I said, I do appreciate what they're doing. So I kind of keep myself aware on a lot of shows like that. I'll keep myself aware of what's going on on those shows. So I'm kind of up to date-ish on the happenings on that, and I just for me, I've seen some of the comics, I've read some of the comics. I feel like I don't know how they started with it, but I just feel like they don't do the comics as justice as they could. And that's another reason I just can't really get into it.
And my usual line is I have to read it before I watch it, but I didn't in
well, there's so many.
Right. And in
so
this particular case, I honestly didn't know about it until I started watching it, but then it was too late. I mean, and you can't really, at this point, go back and, I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'm just a TV girl in that particular series. We'll see.
I think if I was inclined to watch horror movies and that type of stuff, I would probably get into it.
Yeah,
I do think I would get into it. I like the mythology, but I like those when you're building a world like that. I do like that.
I get sucked into that.
I do very much enjoy that. I love sitcoms. I like shows that because I think making people laugh on the whole is very difficult.
Oh, absolutely.
You can go in a room and you can make one or two people laugh, but to make an entire room laugh is not that easy. So I like shows, but I also like shows that try different things and do new things. And there's a show, it's very new, it's only in its second season, and I started watching it at Christmas last year. They had like the first 3 episodes for free on like NBC's app or whatever, Hulu or something like that. And I watched the first 3 episodes, and I was like, the commercials made it look kind of stupid. I was like, this isn't going to be any good. It's just gonna, and I was sucked in hardcore. I DVR it, I watch it every week after on like Hulu because I don't get a chance to watch it live. Superstore on NBC.
I've never seen that either.
And I developed a huge crush on America Ferrera because she is
She is awesome.
She is amazing. I used to, when I worked in television, our TV station started airing Ugly Betty.
Okay.
So I got into Ugly Betty a little bit after it had finished airing and everything like that, and I was like, okay, I appreciated her as an actress. And she's got those traveling pants, so that helps. I'm in love with her. Mark McKinney, Kids in the Hall, SNL, he is so great, and he plays Garrett, and I cannot think of his name, but he is fantastic. He was on Parks and Rec. Did you watch Parks and Rec?
Vaguely here and there.
Okay, he played like one of the animal control, Colton Haynes.
Okay.
I think, no, something like that. Colton Dunn, whatever. He was on Parks and Rec. He played a little bit part. He was there. He was one of the animal control agents, and now he plays Garrett on this show, and he is amazing. He is so funny. The entire show, top to bottom, it's very funny. They have really good stories, and having worked in retail a little bit, they delve into like the customer stuff.
Okay.
There's an episode this season where like the building is caught on fire. And people are fleeing the building, and this lady stops one of the people working in the store and is like, "Excuse me, I'd like to return these socks." And it's like, oh my god, that would happen. I know that would. There's a scene where a woman's giving birth, and a lady comes up and she goes, "Excuse me, do you know which one of these is a better customers sometimes are so in their own world, and they don't focus on that, but they have like these little. There's always these little quick hits with and you're like. Every person who's on that writing staff had to have worked in retail at some point in their life because they get it. And if you've ever worked in retail, watch this show. If you've ever had a bad experience in a store with another customer, watch this show. It will change your life. It's so funny.
Awesome.
Superstore.
Love it.